Alright, this is a short review and walk around of the Yamaha MT09. This bike has got a brilliant 847cc triple engine which sounds absolutely gorgeous. It's the second best sound after the 210 V4. It sounds very throaty and grumbly. Now, I absolutely love this bike. The reason being, it's lightweight. This bike is very light and it produces 115 horsepower and it's got a lot of torque. Okay. And because of the torque and the supermoto riding position, it feels extremely powerful. This bike almost feels as powerful as my ZX14R, which is a 200 horsepower bike, but because it's 270 kilos as well as compared to 188 kilos for this one feels as powerful as the ZX14R. Now, there are a few reasons why this bike feels powerful. First is the seating position. It's very upright with high wide handlebars, and because you're sitting upright and because of the high torque, when you accelerate the bike, you're thrown back and you get that constant adrenaline rush. Because of that, it feels like riding a roller coaster on the road. It's a very exciting bike. If it's on A mode, you never will fall asleep, because even slightest input with an accelerator, this bike just wants to jump to the stratosphere. I'll see how it sounds. It's a beautiful clean dash. This bike has only done 7,600 kilometers and it's on A mode. Let's see how it sounds. Got a beautiful sound. Got a gorgeous sound. The headlights are plenty bright, although I think this has an aftermarket white light on. And it's also got a gel seat. Few upgrades. It's got a öhlins rear shock, which adds to the ride quality, but I still feel that this bike is not as planted as, let's say, a ZX14R, and the reason for that is the upright seating position. So you're not leaning your weight on the handlebars and you're sitting very upright, and because of that, the front end feels a bit wishy-washy and loose and doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. But then again, if you have handlebars which are straighter and lower like a sports bike, then it compromises the seating position. So there is no real balance, I think. You either get a bike which is comfortable or you either get a bike which is sporty. You can reach that Goldilocks zone in a way that the new Super Duke R 2021 has done, or 2020. But then again, you're leaning more to the sports side and you can't ride that bike for more than maybe a couple of hours. Whereas this one, with this nicely sculpted gel seat Baxter seat. You can ride this bike for a few hours, no problems. You can also get aftermarket luggage for this bike, and you can attach bags. You can have a top box, and you can go touring on this bike if you want to. I think this is a very good compromise between a daily commuter, a tourer, and a sports bike. It's got sports bike like power. It's got touring capabilities, and also I think it's a great commuter depending on which mode you're riding the bike in. If you're riding the bike in B mode, it's very docile. As soon as you go to standard or A mode, then the bike just wants to wheelie. Now this particular bike has been modified, the ECU has been modified, so this one doesn't do that much of wheelies, but you can still feel the constant up and down. Alright, so look at that, the lights are on. So overall I feel this is a great all-rounder. There's also the MT09 Tracer, which can do touring, and it can be used for commuting as well, but then it adds to the weight and it's just not as fun as this one. So my suggestion is get this bike if you're on a budget and can't afford a KTM Super Duke R. This is a lot of fun for 15 to 17,000 Australian dollars, and you can do pretty much everything on this bike. It's a Yamaha engine, so it will be reliable, although I have heard from online forums that there are a few issues with the reliability of the bike, but I think being Japanese engine and all, I don't think that would be that much of a concern, or wouldn't cost a fortune to fix it like the Italian bikes do. I had a Tuono V4, the 1000cc model, and the valve clearance itself on that bike would cost $2,000. So I don't think any Japanese bike costs that much to fix pretty much anything. So I think overall it's a great looking bike. It can do everything, and if you can live with the handling not being very sporty like a sports bike, and you want a perfect compromise between a comfortable daily tour or a daily commuter slash a hooligan bike, because that's what, let's face it, that's what this bike actually is. It's a hooligan bike, and I think this is a great bike. And you can find used ones in really good condition for 9 to 10,000 Australian dollars, and I think it's a great bike, and if you like this sort of bike, then this would be a perfect bike for you. Alright, that's it from me, and that's it from our Yamaha MT09. Bye.